Morning, everyone. My name is Todd Montgomery with Herrnstein Auto Group here in sunny southern Ohio. We're celebrating 70 years here at Herrnstein, serving the families and communities of southern Ohio, something we're very proud of. But I'm here today to talk about another icon. 1971 was the zenith year for the muscle cars, and at that time everybody was in the game. The wildest collars and stripe packages and spoilers you've ever seen, and of course Dodge led the pack in this with the Dodge Challenger. And for 2015, they've taken this to a whole nother level. Restyling the Challenger with the heavily styling cues from the 1971 model year. You'll notice the split grille, which is straight off of the 1971. The RT badging on the hood with the dual scoop hood, that's just awesome look from 1971. We've also incorporated a lot of modern tech into this car too, to create one of the best looking cars on the road today. You have the quad headlights just like on a 1971, but they fitted them with projector style headlights and the LED surrounds around it. It gives it a really great presence when you're going down the road at night. It just looks so menacing. Of course, they haven't stopped there. They've added a rear splitter on this car, which happens to be the Scat Pack Edition, which to me, my opinion, is the best bang for your buck out there right now. This car starts under $40,000, and this is what you get. The muscle car formula has always been simple. You take your smallest car and you shove in the biggest engine you got. That's exactly what Dodge has done for you here today. You got a 6.4 liter, or as we like to refer to as a 392 cubic inch Hemi engine. And again, a direct throwback, you have a Hemi orange painted block, Hemi cylinder heads. This thing produces 485 horsepower and 475 foot-pound of torque. This will produce 0 to 60 times in the low to mid 4-second range, quarter mile times in about 12.5 seconds. And believe me, folks, if you've never experienced that, that is a very fast car. But it didn't stop there. They come around to the side here. We've still incorporated a style line that distinctly, no doubt about it, you know you're looking at a Challenger with a style line that kicks up here in the back directly off a 1971 model. But they've added modern amenities too, like a 4-wheel, fully independent suspension, 4-wheel disc brake systems. This one happens to be equipped with the Brembo brake system, which will bring this car down from 70 miles an hour to 0 in about 154 feet. And that is very fast. Around the side, you still have your dual sport mirrors, which is just a really cool looking feature, plus just blends into the car very nicely. This car has a lot of other modern features too, such as proximity key fob entry. So if the car is locked, you never have to take the key out of your pocket. You just stick your hand up under the door, it unlocks, get in the car, push the button start, and then you get out of the car, push the button on top to lock it all back up. Another iconic throwback is the fuel door. This is a classic from days gone by in NASCAR. This is the style they used, and Dodge incorporated in 1971. They've done it again in 2015. And if you come around to the rear, we've also, like the 71 model, have styled it with the split tail lights, but they've taken a modern with the LED look, and believe me, at night these things are just awesome. Dual exhaust. The sound this thing creates is just incredible. It also has some modern features. Not only have the same style spoilers in 1971 with the split right here, they've incorporated a rear backup camera and rear backup sensors just to give it that modern flair. As far as in the trunk here, you need to haul some things. Up here. Enormous trunk space. So I mean, it's a coupe, but you don't give up any space and anything like that. Plus, they've thrown in a few old hot rodder tricks, such as throwing the battery right here in the back. Puts a little more extra weight over the rear wheels. Gives you a little bit better weight distribution. Continuing on to this side, this is a true 2+2 coupe. Not many other manufacturers can say that. The back seat is actually usable in this car. So if you want to take you and a couple of your buddies along, going up to the Mopar Nationals or something like that, you can all pile in and have a great time. The Scat Pack, this was a little club that Dodge came up with in 1968. It ran from 1968 to 1971. What that was, they took a group of cars that were a little bit lighter, a little bit less equipment on it, but they shoved the biggest engines they had in it to create a car that would at least turn the quarter mile in the 14-second range and do 100 mile an hour during the quarter mile. This car well exceeds all those expectations. this is one of my favorite styling hues. Again, is the RT. There's several stripes. You've got 9 different collars to choose from. You've got several different stripe packages to choose from. Interior wise, you can make this car you can personalize it to however you like it to be. They've even pulled a few collars from the high impact paint palette from the 1970s that this year available in Sublime, Toured, and B5 Blue. You have 9 different wheel and tire packages available on the Challenger. And your choices of engines are starting with the 305 horsepower 3.6 liter Pentastar V6, which is a highly acclaimed engine. It's won awards. It's awesome. And you can also choose from 3 different Hemis, being the 5.7 liter Hemi, the 6.4 liter Hemi as we have here today, and then the absolute awesome 707 horsepower supercharged Hellcat. Inside the car, they kind of melded old and new together. It harkens back to the original Challenger with the scallop doors, but they made it fully modern in here. Very comfortable. It doesn't feel cramped or claustrophobic at all when you're riding in this car. Everything just feels great. The redesign of the interior, the ergonomics, it's all surrounded around the driver. Everything's within the driver's hand's reach. So it makes it really simple to do all the controls. And there's also a lot of voice command controls too in this car. You can actually change the cabin temperature. You can change your radio stations. You can search for music on a USB or an SD card device that you have loaded with music. You can also change, if you're equipped with navigation, you can change directions on the fly just by the push of a button on the steering wheel. This comes available with 2 transmissions. You can either get the awesome Torque Flight 8 8-speed automatic transmission, which can make shifts in 1/6 of a second, or you can also opt for the Tremec 6-speed manual transmission, which again, if you're old school and you like to swing the gears, there's no better transmission out there. And again, back to the rear seat space. This is actually based off of a full-size car, so you actually have room back here for you and another 2 other passengers. Connectivity. This thing comes with again, USB port, SD card. It comes with an auxiliary input, so if you're bringing some music along with you, you can easily connect to it with Bluetooth or directly plug it in. And then inside here, I'll also have the Uconnect 8.4-inch interface or infotainment system, if you will. This thing is designed to easily connect to modern smartphones and take full advantage of them with a suite of apps that come with it from Uconnect, where you can do things such as Pandora, Stitcher, Yelp. You can also do things such as you can turn your car into a Wi-Fi hotspot, which is pretty awesome, and you can do that a la carte. You can choose to do it by the day, by the week, or by the month. There's also some pretty cool things in here, such as, let me get to all the apps. Speed run. Oop. You have performance pages, which is really cool. It can give you, like right now we're sitting at the tachometer right there in front of you. You have other things such as launch control, drive mode setup with 3 different, you have a sport mode, which definitely changes up the feel of the steering, tightens up the suspension and things like that. You can set your launch RPM, so all you have to do is control the in this case of this car, the clutch pedal, and launch it at whatever RPM you'd like. And there's lots of other things too, which is, if we go back into this, we have performance pages, and this gives you a wealth of information about the car as soon as it loads up here. But you're going to be able to do things like measure your lateral G's, your quarter-mile times, your 0 to 60 times, and it'll store that for your best run versus what you're trying to do now. And best of all, it puts a little picture of your car, Brad. I think it's the coolest thing. You have, like I said, a set of timers, which it will record for you, last, current, best, and you can save whatever ones you want. And then you have just your oil temperature, coolant temperature, your oil pressure, and then you have battery voltage and things such as that. Your G-force monitor, which will measure the skid pad of the car if you want to have some fun with your buddies and show them what your car will do. and this is just things going on with the engine, just kind of a setup of everything for a quick glance. The gauge setup right here in front of us, it's two nice round gauges, easy to read, and in the middle of that you have a 7-inch thin filament transistor screen. It's reconfigurable. It'll give you readouts such as right now digital speedometer. It will give you all your gauges on the car. If equipped with navigation, it can put navigation directions right in front of you. Just a wealth of information there. You can move this stuff around however you like. It's pretty cool stuff. The push button start. You have a lot of hard key controls in there. Some people just like the old way. I don't think some people like the new ways. You can do a mix of them right here. It's kind of like Fred Flintstone meets George Jetson in here. So you got a regular volume control knob. Up here you can touch and tune your radio stations, or you can just do it by voice, which is really cool. This car actually comes equipped with the ability to disable your traction control system, so you can totally defeat it, and that really fits man against machine. So if you decide to do that, just be ready. It will get here. But this is one of my favorite cars out there. I think it's the most bang for your buck. The horsepower you get, and the sound. I mean, can you beat that? And for less than $40,000 in a world of supercars out there that are costing $100,000 or more, this is your best bang for your buck. Again, my name's Todd Montgomery with Herrnstein Auto Group here in Chillicothe, Ohio, 133 Meredith Road, Chillicothe, Ohio. Come and see me today. Thanks again, and have a great day.